So, like, there's a whole bunch of talk with, like, after Man of Tomorrow, what is going to happen to the DCU. Because Supergirl is not doing that great. And James Gunn's contract is up after Man of Tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that was quick.
So, well, yeah, it was like a 2-year thing, I guess, after Superman. So,
Well, I think that Clayface will probably be profitable.
yeah. I saw, like, a whole thing where, like, if Clayface is profitable, like, what happens? Is it just going to be, like, Batman is the new fucking thing in the DCU?
Probably.
I don't even know. I just think, like, Clayface will be profitable. They'll kind of get back in good graces, and then... Because even, like, Peter Safran was saying, like, yeah, like, it sucks that Supergirl didn't do good, but, like, we have, like, a longer-term plan that, like, we still believe in.
Yeah, but maybe she's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. Maybe it'll sort of swing it back around again also in the positive.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I like her.
I don't know.
I do too.
I just
I
said,
just
you
think
know,
it was
like,
a bad story.
Yeah, bad script.
Yeah.
female-led superhero projects have typically never done well.
Did Black Widow do well?
No.
Well, that was also, like, a
even
COVID
that
movie.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah. That was COVID and also just, like, not well made. But
I mean, like, the only one that I would really say stands on its own is, like, Wonder Woman.
Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
yeah.
Like, you can say Captain... I
back
think
the
Captain
Snyderverse.
Marvel is, like, the winner, technically. But, like, that we all
Wonder
know
Woman
that was
was-
just fucking
Yeah.
Infinity War Endgame. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, like, for whatever reason, not a great market for these movies. But Superman did well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Clayface is going to be really profitable, and I'd imagine that the highly anticipated sequel to Superman will do well.
I think we just gotta hope that, like, fucking Green Lanterns isn't bad, and if there's any other project before Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I just hope that, like, it's not something where, like, Superman bought Goodwill and then
Yeah. I've seen
Supergirl
people,
donates
like,
to Goodwill.
point out that it is weird that James Gunn is kind of, aside from, like, Superman, kind of just, like, starting his phase 1 with, like, phase 3 projects.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it's like, I don't know, that whole thing is kind of just, like, debunked for me because it's like the first fucking movie is Superman. But aside from that, I do get the point of what that person's saying.
Although
Peacemaker also.
I'm still
Yeah.
pissed off at him with
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, I don't understand that with the
Yeah.
first season was just so good.
Yeah, the second season, and then to leave him in
And
limbo.
then, like,
like,
nowhere, yeah.
yeah.
They just completely get rid of the character, basically.
That's good if you had a plan of either another series or a movie coming out where you're pulling him
Well,
back. But
It'll probably be Man of Tomorrow.
you think
I
they're
do
gonna pull him
also
back?
have some worries with Man of Tomorrow, honestly. Because, like, I feel like it's going to be so easy to do the thing where it's, like, Superman is kind of just used for, like, his strength. And then, because he said it's as much of a Lex movie as a Superman movie. So, like, if Lex is just, like, the ideological
Backbone of the
Yeah.
film.
I don't know. It just might not be good. Because, like,
Yeah.
there's no question of, like, if Superman can, like, punch people and shit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just performance-wise, like, I do trust in Corn Sweat and Nicholas Hoult to kind of carry the film, which, like, I think Corn Sweat proved himself as Superman in the movie and in Supergirl. So, like, fully confident with him as Superman. Holt is just obviously incredible in pretty much everything he does, and as Lex, I thought he was awesome. I don't know. Like, it seems like the story is going to be the thing that, like, hinges on if this movie's, like, really just awful or, like, the next big superhero movie, essentially.
Yeah.
It really has a chance to just, like, be the Civil War.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of has to be. At this point.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm saying is, like, it's either just going to be a convoluted mess or it's going to be, like, this Avengers level thing that kind of just ignites this franchise.
Unfortunately, I feel like we're always in the convoluted mess lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there's
know.
something in the writing, and I don't get it. you
I
know?
don't get it either. Tonight you're going to see it, but you guys are supposedly really going to see an awesome story
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Odyssey.
with the Odyssey. So, you know,
I've heard people say it's like almost like a comic book movie.
yeah,
Just interesting.
yeah, basically. I mean, from what I've been hearing, it's on the same level as like Lord of the Rings type thing, where they're taking this fantastic story and actually doing it really well. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I saw somebody, like, there's just, like, a tweet where it's like, oh, yeah, we'll call this guy Mentor because he's a mentor. And then it's, like, not realizing that he's the fucking source for that word. I mean, that just probably fucking happens, like, dozens of times. Like, even Odyssey
Yeah.
is a thing.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Nolan It's just like, I don't know. After Oppenheimer and like Tenet, kind of, I'm just curious to see like where he goes with this.
But I also just love the way he works. I was watching an interview where Matt Damon explained, like, they're supposed to shoot the horse scene, right? And he comes up to Chris and he's just like, so we're doing the horse scene on Tuesday, right? And he's like, yeah, we are. He's like, so how are we going to shoot it? He's like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And that's the way they shot the movie the whole time. Just incredible.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what works.
We'll figure it out. We'll get there.
Curious to see how he practically does the Cyclops.
That's gonna.
'Cause he doesn't like CGI or like heavy CGI in his films.
He
Good.
could. I wonder if
That's
he.
good.
I could see him using like in the early Japanese Godzilla films. They used like the way they used like props for Godzilla. There wasn't an actual like. It was a guy in a costume walking over these little miniature buildings.
they
I wonder if that's
miniaturized
the way
everything.
they're gonna do it,
Yeah.
where he puts them into like the foreground and the Cyclops.
Probably something
like that.
Yeah.
I could see it. Some guy in like just makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Give us a good story.
I'm just excited.
That's
I'm
all.
very, very excited.
Also, I was just thinking how many superhero actors are in the Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Holland, Bernthal, Pattinson, I guess technically Matt Damon.
Anne
who's in
Hathaway.
Thor.
She
Yeah,
was Catwoman.
Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway, yeah.
Zendaya's in it.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she's
she plays Aphrodite or
Yeah.
Venus
Yes.
or
I
I know
something.
that she
yeah.
is.
I think she's in
Fucking
Spider-Man. I think
Odyssey
she's going
for
to be a
new
villain.
day.
We're
I
gonna
think that she's gonna be a villain in Spider-Man.
who?
Zendaya.
The fuck are you talking about?
I think she's going to actually turn out to be a villain in it.
Shame on you.
I think you gotta stop fucking scrolling through Marvel India.
It's not Marvel India.
Shame on you.
It's Marvel Pakistan.
Why
They're at war.
Yeah, MJ is the main villain.
Marvel
in
Iran.
Spider-Man.
Just look at every Spider-Man movie. Who's
And-
always in the eye?
What?
It's always a villain that's reflected in his
Okay,
eye.
that's funny.
Yeah,
But
Marvel.
that's fucking. I don't know.
All right.
Marvel,
Well, look, it's on
Pakistan.
record, man.
It's
If
on
he's
record.
right,
If you're wrong, we get to fucking
yep, we
Come
get
you
to
in
pick
Mount.
on
put you
it,
in a
but-
Trojan horse.
Who knows?
So we're gonna
who knows? She could be in the what's the black stuff?
Venom.
The Venom thing stuff. Maybe
Sure.
who knows?
The symbiote is actually the
Symbiote suit.
symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Venom-
never
Venom
know.
is
It could
the
take
character.
her over.
Maybe.
So we're gonna get out of that movie at like 1:30. I just realized.
Yeah.
Is that good for you?
Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I'm home.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
Wednesday
Yeah.
he's home.
Okay, that's good. All right. Do you guys think that Man of Tomorrow and everything and James Gunn is gonna fucking die?
Yes.
Shit like that. DCO's over.
I think Man of Tomorrow is going to be a good movie, but like you said, I don't.
But it's
I don't
not
know
going
what
to be
his-
as good as one.
I don't know what his plans are for beyond that.
I don't know how he's going to leave it off. Again, his contract is about to end.
Yeah.
We've had such good stuff that nobody seems to be following up. I mean, like to me, Penguin
Yeah.
was awesome, and I kind of figured Penguin with the new Batman
Yeah.
would have created another draw or whatever. But it seems like everyone just forgot about.
I mean, it's also just like in another universe to the main DCU, and it takes fucking 6 years apparently to make a Batman movie.
And that's what I mean. That's the other thing that's killing me. We're not
6
getting
years for
this
now. It
every
could still be
year.
longer.
Another step. Now it's like, yeah, oh, that was good. 3 years down the road, we're gonna get part 2 to it.
Delays.
Also, I just want to say, like, if Man of Tomorrow flops, I think it's almost like a given that like Gunn's out.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
No, it's
Yeah.
an algorithm. They're not going to. They don't have money. There's no reason to
I'm
go
sure.
again.
Although, I like sent a funny like fact to AJ where since like the 90s, Warner Brothers has been making like the DC movies themselves.
Right.
And since then, there has not been a single consecutive DC movie, where it's had both profitability and both good reviews.
There hasn't been back to back
Yeah.
since they started.
Hmm.
So like,
Weird.
what was it? The Batman, or like the Dark Knight
Yeah.
comes out, and then like immediately after that,
Yeah.
it was some like shitty fucking J.J. Abrams movie or
Yeah.
something.
It's
right?
like the closest is like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, but then there's like some.
in between. There's
It's
just some,
fucking the Superman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was the right. That is J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams, right?
No, it's the guy who did X-Men 1.
Oh,
Who's a
Bryan
pedophile.
Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bryan Singer's Superman movie.
Yeah.
Superman Returns.
See, honestly, Clayface looks like it's gonna be okay. But instead of a Clayface movie, I would have preferred a Creature Commando movie.
That'd be crazy.
I mean,
also realized
Just
that the
because
first
coming
project
off of the
was
animated
bad.
series,
Yep.
I would have been like a little
And
more
just
excited.
use all
like-
those actors in live action.
Yeah, I would have been a
pulled
little
it
more
off.
excited
which
about
James
that.
Gunn said that they were gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah.
With all
yeah,
the same actors.
that's what I mean. They're letting us down. I'm sorry. And there's still Marvel kiss-ass sites and fans that are
As well as
just...
Creature Commando season 2 also. Like, I think that's been in production a while now. So
Yeah, I don't know. Well, so does Armor Wars on
Yeah.
the Marvel side of things. So.
But I mean, like, they said that, like, it was in production since before season 1 dropped, I think. So, I don't
yeah,
even know.
I don't know how you could do that. Yeah, like I said, I think Clayface will be profitable at least. So,
But we'll be good.
it looks like it'll be interesting. I don't know. Like it kind of one of those movies that like very easily could be anywhere from like a 6 to an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of
see
depends
that,
what
yeah.
they do.
All right.
Alright, so
The trailer. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.